What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. A couple of nights ago, I watched a movie called Ava, starring Jessica Chastain, Colin Farrell, and John Malkovich. First of all, the main reason I chose this particular movie is because I saw the name Jessica Chastain and I immediately clicked the trailer. That's all it took. That's all it took. It was a wrap after that. Let me tell you why. About a few years back, I'd say 2017 to be exact, Jessica put out a movie called Molly's Game. Now, originally, I had no interest in watching this movie. I overlooked it. I completely overlooked this movie. I was never gonna watch it. I had a friend who had to convince me, like, man, please watch this movie. Please give this movie a chance. I promise you, you're gonna love it. So I'm like, okay, all right, man. I'll take your word for it. So I watched it, and I do not regret watching this at all. Molly's Game is top tier. Despite that a few people still overlook this movie and haven't seen this till this day, I highly recommend that you watch it. I'm telling you, watch this movie. It's good. Matter of fact, I think it won some awards. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm right, it's going to be at the bottom of the screen. And after that, she was in It, the remake, and that was a fairly decent movie. It was pretty good. Even though she's had some flops after or before that, you know what I'm talking about. Off of those two movies, I deemed her the It girl, and I was waiting for another one where she, was the main star in the movie. And with that being said, let's see how her and her co-stars did, shall we? All right. Ava, for those who are not familiar, those who don't know about this movie, Ava is about an assassin, ex-drug addict, who has a bad habit of questioning her marks or her targets about why they're being targeted. It's against the rule, it's against the assassin code to do this, apparently. Plus, man, most of these targets don't know why they're being targeted. They have no idea. Most of them have no idea. At least that's what I convey from the movie. So it becomes a problem because she's been chastised about this in the past. Now she's doing it again. And so her own team is like, okay, man, we've had it up to here. She's got to go. All right. And so, with that, it becomes the movie. All right, it becomes the movie. Now, the positives. I'll tell you right now, man. Be honest with you. There were really just two fight scenes that I purely enjoyed. Two fight scenes. One between Jessica and Colin Farrell, and the one between Colin Farrell and John Malkovich. Those two specific scenes were just so bloody. So much body slamming and all kinds of UFC action going on. And just, all kinds of different fighting styles. That's how it looked to me. It was just going on. They were really getting down. They were really getting down in those fighting scenes, man. It was completely dramatic. The dramatics, I loved it. The back and forth between the fight, it was, it was all worthy. It was all fight scene worthy. All right, loved it, loved it. Also, from watching the trailer, I was also curious of why these targets were being targeted. The trailer kind of, it did it. The trailer did it as far as, I wonder why these people are being killed. What's going on here? What is going on here? So I had to see for myself. Plus, I wanted to see a lot of action. It had been a minute since I've seen a good action movie. All right, and I wanted to see a lot of action. And the trailer gave me the impression that was going to take place. A lot of action. So let's get into those negatives. Yeah, you remember when I said I was waiting to see what was going to happen from the trailer? Totally not worth it. The build-up was not worth it. There was no twist. There was no, if there was some hidden reasons, like that were important or interesting, I forgot. It was that bad. It was that bad. And just disappointing. It dropped the ball. It started off with a strong start as far as the plot. It was a strong start. Then it was like a sharp knife that with time just gets dull. That's how the movie did. That's how the movie progressed or regressed. Not progressed, it regressed towards the end with the plot, of course. Another thing, the plot. The plot is not original. And yes, you can see it kind of from the trailer, I know. But like I said, I at least thought that the action scenes were going to make up for that. They didn't fill the glass up. They didn't fill up the glass to the top, man. Like I said, those two scenes were it. Maybe there was another scene where she jumped out the water and did something. Not gonna say. But other than that, nah, those two scenes were it, man. Action scenes, it didn't have enough action. There was not enough action. There was not an original plot. We've seen this before where an assassin is now being, hunted down by their own team. John Wick. Kill Bill. Okay? This has happened before. But with this caliber of movie, doing it, this level of production, you really didn't do any justice. You really didn't do any justice to this plot. All right? Not at all. And let's get on Common. Now, I know you're like, Common? Yeah, Common's in this movie. I didn't give him original credit because Common is an atrocious actor. It's horrible. He is a horrible actor. I'm sorry. First of all, it started out with Common just getting a lot of roles where he's the same person. If you notice in every action movie that he usually is in, he is an assassin with no personality. Common is the type of actor, or when it comes to action, just like Vin Diesel, it's better off when he says less. The less he says, the more interesting his character can be. Other than that, when he starts talking, oh my God, it sounds like this all the time. And he talk, and I'm not doing a perfect impression of him, I know, but this is how it sounds to me. I can't do a perfect impression of him at all. But it's just horrible. It's just, I can't listen to him talk for more than like 3 seconds. I'm sorry. And to be fair, there are not a lot of rappers slash actors that are just great actors. Through the history of this, I can think of maybe Pac being one of the best. R.I.P. of course. Pac being one of the best. Maybe Andre 3000 was decent. He's still here. Is decent. Ice Cube was cool. You know, he had a lot of. It was his movies that were really, really good back in the day. And he was a good actor too. He was a good actor too. Not now. Not now. But honestly, for this role, oh man, you're gonna have a fit with this one. I think instead of Common, they should have picked Drake. Hear me out. Hear me out, because I had to scratch my head with this too. To be real with you, man, Drake is actually a good actor. You know, he started out on Degrassi High. He was good on there. And on top of that, he's a funny dude. He's just a funny dude. So I think that Drake would have been a better choice than Common for this. Drake, man. Not his crappy music. He started out good, but then his music got convoluted. I'm not even going to get into that. But Drake's acting, Drake, you need to get back into acting, man. Get back into acting. I don't want to hear your music anymore. I don't want to hear any more of your songs. Stop it. Just please stop it. Start acting again, bro. That's your true calling. It's my PSA to you. Start acting again. Anyways, that's what I think about that, man. Also, the quality of this movie, it just didn't stand up. It didn't stand up. It made me feel like I was watching a Cinemax movie late at night. Like I woke up in the middle of the night and now I'm watching a Cinemax movie. It could have been done so much better. All right, they're already were lacking on the action scenes. You know what I'm saying? The like I tell you, the two biggest action scenes were just what they were. You know, I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed, man. Disappointed in this. All right. And with that being said, I gotta give it an eh. I gotta give it an eh. Because, man, really, I could have done better with this movie. Matter of fact, no, this shouldn't have been a movie. It should have been a TV series. If it was a TV series, I could work with it. I could work with it. Assassin, who was a drug addict, that could be put into several seasons of something. You can make seasons out of that. Not a movie. Not a movie. That's where they made the wrong turn. Trying to make this an actual movie. Honestly. It didn't work out. It didn't work out, sadly. And I had a little higher hope than this. Yeah. So, I don't recommend to watch it. If you still want to, just watch those two scenes and then turn it off. Turn it off. Also, this is one of those other movies where they had an opportunity for a good love scene and they didn't do it. They jumped out. They jumped out the plane. They didn't do it. They got scared. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.